No.
In the fridge.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Sauna.
Sauna. Anthony's insisting on pronouncing it sauna. Sauna, I think he means.
No, it's a sauna.
Are we... Okay, so we're in a sauna.
And you're mother-daughter.
And we're mother-daughter.
Mother-daughter
Wow.
in a sauna.
It's just a whole weekend.
All right. Take it away. Do you want to start, Nicolette?
Absolutely, I do.
This is such a great suggestion. We need to take
It just
a few
needs to
minutes.
formulate into my
Most of
brain.
the alphabet.
Yeah, exactly right.
Wait, so are we in the fridge?
We are in a sauna.
Okay. We're in a sauna.
Basically a hot fridge.
Ah, yeah.
So true.
It's a steamer.
It's very popular in
Instead of a
Finland.
steam drawer, there's just steamers. As your mother, I would just like to say that I think this was an excellent idea.
But you do know that we have to go work out after this.
Couldn't you just maybe have worked out before like I told you to?
Don't you know that I'm worried about my figure for prom next week?
Everybody's worried about their figure for prom next week, silly.
Friday is prom.
Great. I was wondering. I kept asking.
How could you forget, Mom?
I don't know. I feel like there's 1,000 different things going on. You and your 12 brothers, there's just so much to keep straight.
Just kidding.
Kidding? This isn't something to joke about. Rebecca.
Look, Mother, are we buying this prom dress or not?
Man, I was hoping you wouldn't bring that up until after the sauna, but, I think it looked really spectacular under the disco ball we tried it on with, so...
Well, now that I have you alone in this sauna, luckily I also have under my robe a tabulated calendar catalog
Rebecca, I told
of...
you to stop saying words you don't know the meaning of.
Please, Mother. I am 18 and I can make my own rules.
Quite right. I was really hoping, that you'd start getting out of the house once you hit that 18 mark. You and I am expecting, and there's just going to keep being 13, so what are we going to do with you?
Really? It's like you don't even know how old I am.
So, wait. Carrie, you just said, Rebecca. Wasn't your birthday, I don't know, last year?
Tell me you know the day of my birth. It was 18 hours.
Pretty sure I would remember that. Is my body. Or maybe it was that other lady. I'm not sure.
Very graphic, Mother. This is disgusting.
Well, it's all about the birds and the bees and, it's just nature.
X-ray vision.
You don't have it.
Zealously, I might. So, yeah, that was ABC.
I think we nailed it.
Yeah, we went from a sauna to...
Such great now do it backwards.
You're right. See,
The weirdest conversation I've ever heard anyone have in a fridge.
I feel my problem with that game is I'm so bad at the alphabet. I need to go back to kindergarten because I'm thinking of what is the next letter? I don't even know.
My whole
what are
trick
letters?
is you just pick a letter and then you just start singing from that letter. LMNOP.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we did the whole alphabet.
I think so.
Do we miss anyone?
No. I think that was good. I follow along with it.
I can't remember if I heard this on a TV thing or if my friend said it or what, but somebody thought that LMNO was one letter for a long time. They were it's LMNO, P, Q.
Sounds like Elmo. Well, we have another game before we do one with the group. So this next game was actually created by a member of our group last year. And that's something, too, that we've also, if you think of a game or you see one somewhere else, bring it to practice. We'll try it out and we'll perform it if it works and we like it. So we've actually stuck with this one. So it evolved from a take from a different game. So the original game is called Bell or New Choice. And the point of that game is there's like 2 characters in that, and there's someone sitting out of that, and they make a bell every time they would like one of the members in the scene to make a new choice or make a different action. So we're having a scene and you'll hear like ding, and a character will have to say something differently or make a different action or gesture. And so that one's really fun. But anyway, the game that we're
not going to do that.
we're not going to do that. We're going to do a completely different game. That's almost as fun. And it's called Bell Woods. Get it? Because
L Woods.
L and then Bell.
There's a bell.
Yeah.
Because L is a letter and then
Elemento, actually.
Woods comes after.
So the point of this is it's similar, but it's going to be one person giving an opening or closing argument. And there's going to be a bell, and that bell is just, it's going to do, well, since we can't really do gestures, it'll just be on what I say. So what I need from you guys is a suggestion of a crime, like a weird crime that like maybe wouldn't exist, or like we've done in the past like crimes like in Renaissance. So like a woman showing her ankles, or it's something weird and kind of kooky that is not a crime.
Like an illegal hairpiece or something.
Like having ice cream in your back pocket. I think that was a real crime somewhere, but might have been Renaissance.
Should we do that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So Nicolette is going to be the bell, and then I will be the attorney. So we'll see how this goes. I'll give an opening or closing arguments, and I guess you'll have to find out. Wait and see what happens.
Super.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I stand before you today because we have seen this innocent woman being accused of having something so precious and pure in her back pocket. This was ice cream, and I ask you, or I beg you today, to understand that this is necessary for the sake of our society.
Ding.
This ice cream needed to be in that pocket.
Ding.
This is a travesty that she would be persecuted for something so ridiculous. Now, we'll go back to the day of the crime, or the alleged crime, as I'd like to call it. Now, Miss Johnson was walking down the street, and she saw an ice cream truck.
Ding.
She saw a large van.
Ding.
She saw a dumpster.
Ding.
She saw a vendor on the sidewalk. Now, not just any vendor. This was an ice cream vendor. Now, we can all ask ourselves, what would we do on a hot summer's day when you walk past an ice cream truck? And I think Miss Johnson can say the same. Now, she purchased not 1, but 3.
Ding.
Not 1, but several cones of ice cream that day. And being a human woman, or a woman as I'd like to say, she only had 2 hands.
Ding.
She only had 10 fingers.
Ding.
She only had 4 pockets. And 2 hands. And just not... What I'm trying to get to this, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is that too much ice cream, and she needed somewhere to put it. Can we really blame her for that? So she's walking with the ice cream, and she decides to put one of the cones in her back pocket. Now, is that such a terrible thing? Yes, she did have. Okay, that was period. Yes, comma. The ice cream was located in her back right pocket. But did she drip on the sidewalk?
Ding.
Did she get ice cream all over her pants?
Ding.
Did she drop the cone before putting it into her pocket? Maybe. But you know what? There is the 10-second rule. And I think that is something that you will hear the evidence before us show that she acknowledged the 10-second rule, and she did give it a good blow before she put it into her jean pocket again. And this is why Miss Johnson should be found innocent for this crime that didn't happen. Thank you.
Is that so terrible? Yes.
I mean, you wouldn't be over.
Oh, man.
Okay. That's always just a fun one. So I have to give a shout out to Elena Wenning, who thought of that. She graduated last year. And yeah, just doing fantastic things in the
So
legal
that's
world.
a Sua Sponte original game. It's
Yes.
like a law school play on that other Improv game you're talking about.
Isn't that cool? She just thought of the game, and now we're playing it here today. So kind of neat.
It's like she lives. I mean,
In addition to her
in
other
addition
life.
to her other life, she also lives on through the game.
Forever.
Well, do we have time for one more game? Okay. So we played this, I think, before. It's called World's Worst. And Nicolette, do you want to?
No, I don't. I don't remember
Okay.
how.
All right, I will explain it. So we're going to come up with a few different categories or different objects, different people, different items, and we're going to make a list of them, and then we'll all give examples of world's worst. So like a doctor, I think that's what we always do. So anyone can come and say, you would say something like world's worst doctor. We wouldn't say that, but you would know that it falls under like, oh, was I supposed to cut on this leg? Get it? Because you wouldn't have to know what leg if you were a doctor. So that would be the world's worst doctor. But other examples like that. So why don't we think of a few different professions, and then does someone have a pen to write these down?
Judge,
Baseball player.
barista, skydiving instructor.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, what about other things?
Haberdasher. What does that even
Other household items or
Fridge.
items in the world.
fridge?
Sauna.
Sauna.
How many A's is in sauna?
3.5.
3.5.
Hot tub.
Depends on what part of the country you're in.
Did you say hot dog or hot tub?
Oh, but
Can
also
I get a hot
dog?
dog?
Oh, hot tub and hot dog.
Hot dogs are
hot
great.
Tub, hot dog, time machine.
Hot dog in a hot tub would be awesome.
It would be disgusting.
Talk about hot dog water.
Second rule.
Oh.
Any more? Pilot.
Oh.
Pilot is a household item category. No.
No, it's okay. It's good. It's good.
Pilot, okay.
All right,
That
so
seems sufficient.
yeah, we got a pretty big list.
Toothbrush.
All right, do you want to just take a picture of that so we can see it, and then
Oh, sure.
we can just go through the list
Sure.
and.
You can just try and read my handwriting.
You botched sauna.
I did. Well, it was. Well, that's the half of the A. It's could be.
Pronounced sauna.
Are we playing this one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we're playing.
All inclusive.
Whoa. I liked it better when Mitch couldn't talk into the microphone.
So basically, we're just gonna go item by item, and as a great idea comes to you, just butt in and do it.
We'll let you take the lead.
Great.
Yeah, you guys can go ahead. And...
Okay, so world's worst judge.
So is it like something they would say?
Yeah.
Or is it like pretending that we are the judge? Oh, okay.
All right, so I really don't know the law on this one. I wasn't really listening, so eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I'm going to speculate here, but I think this party's in the wrong.
I quit.
I mean, that guy just looks guilty. Now, which one is the plaintiff again?
Mothers and fuckers of the jury.
I'm hungry. Can we wrap this up?
I feel like a lot of those people say it.
Yeah, I think that's true. They've done studies where like the hungrier, the further the judge is from lunch, the